All right. Good morning, good morning. Welcome to Tuesday morning. My name is Kat, and I will be guiding you through this practice for today. Like always, my rule of thumb is listen to your body first and foremost, and just to pay attention to those internal signals that maybe we miss when we become very external in our awareness. Bring it home. So let's get into a comfortable position, whether that means you're lying down on your back or if you choose to be seated. I want you to find a place that feels really grounded for you today. And even to acknowledge some of the things that have been happening over this past week. You know, today is going to be our, I think, first day in a little while where we're going to have some sunshine and we're going to be able to have just that different weather, like the veil has been lifted. And although a lot of times that chit-chat of weather can feel very superficial, it also has a very profound impact on our system, on our bodies, on our mental facilities. Maybe if you find any kind of internal dialogue that is distracting you from this moment, I encourage you to, instead of trying to whoosh it away, just maybe even follow it. Maybe let your lips separate and create this wave of relaxation from within the body. Maybe with every inhale you think, I am. And with every exhale you think, relaxed. And as you offer this moment of relaxation and surrender, you might start to notice that word helps to create the idea. And that idea plants a seed, and the seed starts to bloom. Maybe you create a little bit more length within the breath. A little bit more expansion. And let's give ourselves just another round or two of these lengthened breaths. We'll take our time as we make our way onto our backs, if you're not already there. And if you are on your back, I encourage you to start to draw those knees into the chest and maybe letting those arms extend down the mat. find a full long stretch of those arms, and even letting those knees rock a little bit side to side, or circling out the ankles. Even creating that breaststroking action with the knees and with the hips can feel quite nice. And then we're gonna come into a fetal position on one side or the other. It actually doesn't matter which, because we're gonna be doing both. So just rocking onto one side. I want you to take the top hand and plant it down so you can use it as a kickstand. Now that top leg, that top knee, you're gonna start to just circle out the knee and the hip. So we're do a lot of hip circles in different directions, and we're just working on it from in a sideline position. This is lying on our side, and you can go in both directions. You can even play around with maybe even dropping that top foot behind you and just seeing what it feels like, or even bending and straightening the leg in different positions can feel liberating onto the hip. That kind of essence of play. And then when you're ready, we'll come back onto our backs, and we'll do it onto the other side. And you can use that bottom hand as a pillow and the top hand as a kickstand in front of you. Lift up that top knee and just start to circle it around. Notice how when we've done this on our hands and knees, or even from a standing position, which over the past few weeks we've been working on little by little, it just creates a different kind of story, different kind of movement pattern. If you want to bend and straighten that leg, you go for it. You can even do some clamshells, really good for that external rotation where the heels touch and that top knee just peels open. And we'll take just one more breath. And then we'll slowly come back onto our backs. Bring the soles of the feet down to the ground and open up your arms to a T formation, and just drop both knees gingerly over to the right side. Relax the jaw, take a deep breath in and out. Inhale, let those knees lift, and on your exhale, let them go over towards the left side. One more time per side. Inhale to lift, exhale over to the right. Inhale to lift, and exhale over to the left. Inhale, come back to center. Now straighten the arms, straighten the legs. Find a full long stretch of the body. And then when you're ready, take one knee and then the next, bring them into the chest and squeeze them in. Bring the hands to the top of the shins and just rock those knees in towards the chest a few times. Now, keep that rocking sensation in the knees and bring your hands behind the backs of the knees. So you're rocking in, and then you're letting those knees go away, and you're rocking in and letting them go away. Now that motion can become a little bit bigger as you rock yourself up into a seated position. If that doesn't feel good for you, then you can come up to seated by rocking onto your side and then pressing yourself up. Once we come into our seated position, take and lift those shoulders up to the ears. Inhale, and as you exhale, plug them back and around. Inhale to lift. And exhale back and around. 2 more times. Inhale to lift. Maybe those eyes stay closed. And exhale back and around. Inhale. And exhale. Release the hands down. And on your inhale, stretch those arms up to the sky. And flip the hands. Bring chin to chest. Lower them down on the exhale. Inhale, reach those arms up. And exhale, release them down. Now bring those hands to your sides. We are going to take and shift our weight over to the left side and allow for that right leg to open up. So the foot is going off to the right side and the knee is coming down towards the left. So we're in that like cheer asana position. And you can adjust any way that feels right for you. So the feet could even be wider. You don't have to have the knees down. We're going to drop our left hand down. And on your inhale, let that right arm stretch up and over. Inhale, come on up. Now on your exhale, you're going to drop right hand down and let that left hand stretch up and over. Inhale, come on up. Now on your exhale, we're going to twist to the left, drop that left hand down, and just find a gentle twist. Now you can keep, if you want, that right hand up in the air, or you can lower it down either to the left side or down onto the leg, anywhere that feels right for you. Take a deep breath in and out. Now as you come back to center, we're just going to try it for a second. It's not going to be big. You're going to lower those hands down to the front of you. Now maybe walk those hands forward and see what that feels like. You can always bring your weight over to that left side if you need some release within that right hip. It's a little bit of a different position for us to get into. And we're just trying it out. That's it. Take one breath right here. And out. And we'll slowly walk those hands back and then bring those hands back all the way as we kick the feet off to the other side. You even get a little massage as you roll around, if you want to classify it as that, a little myofascial release. Release that right hand down, and on your inhale, take that left arm, stretch it up and over. And notice the difference between the two sides. Cheer asana. It's not called that, just in case. Inhale, come on up. Releasing that left hand down, right hand stretches up and over. So you should feel that stretch within the ribs. Those are our intercostals. So imagine if there's tightness right here within those ribs. How do we ever take a deep breath? Little by little. Inhale, come on up. Now, we're going to twist to that right side and release the right hand behind the back. Move within the hips. Now, you could stay up here with that left hand, or you can drop it down to that right side or down onto the thigh, whatever feels best for you. And it's okay if those hips have movement. That's what we want. On your next inhale, we're going to come back to center. And on your exhale, those hands come down. Yeah, and you can always extend a leg if you don't want to be in this position. And then slowly start to hinge forward. So we're doing a lot of internal, external rotation of those hippies. On your next inhale, we're going to come on up. Reach those arms up to the sky. Now, from your position, hands come forward, and we're going to just move ourselves into our tabletop position. We're going to find just a few little cats and cows. So letting the tailbone lift up to the sky, the belly lowers, chest opens. As you exhale, round the back, press it up to the sky. Inhale, lift the tailbone, open up the heart space. And as you exhale, round that back, press it up to the sky. Bring your chin to your chest. Yeah. Inhale, lift the tailbone, open up the chest. Front of the arms, front of the mat. Exhale, round into it. Press your hips back to your heels. Let those knees open if that feels good. Find child's pose. So those arms can be reaching forward, which I would encourage right now. Reach those arms. Maybe you're just pressing your fingertips down. Maybe you're paddling right shoulder down and the left shoulder down to get a little bit more opening. Now, just for fun skis, we're going to take that right hand and from this child's pose position, sweep it into a thread the needle in child's pose. So a lot of times we do it with an elevated position in our hips. This time we're keeping it nice and low, compressing into that right shoulder. Take a deep breath in and out. Coming back into center with that right hand, and then that left arm is going to sweep over to the right side, releasing down into that left shoulder. Notice if you want to get the shoulder away from the ear, what are the positions that it takes in order for you to get some release? Take another deep breath in and out. Now as you inhale, we're going to make our way back into center. We're going to press ourselves up into a little bit of a tabletop position. Walk those hands forward so we are not an even tabletop, and then walk them forward again. Now from here, I want you to drop into your elbows towards the front of your mat. So shoulders are not stacked. Okay, now palms are going to come together, and we're going to press those hips back and up and allow for those fingertips to reach up to the sky. As we press into those elbows, you'll notice this realignment that's happening within the back. Take a deep breath in and see if you can lift your tailbone higher to the sky. This can feel like a pretty vulnerable position to be in, but it helps to release our lower back, and it helps to open up our shoulders to prep us for our downward facing dogs or to take on any kind of pressure within our shoulders. Take one more breath and out. Release those hands down. Press into the palms by walking them back, and then just circle out the shoulders, the head, the neck. Shaking out yes and no. Find some free form movement that feels right for you. Give yourself just one more breath, maybe going in the opposite direction. Now we'll come into our tabletop position right here. We're going to take that left leg, step it back, and the right arm is going to reach towards the front of your mat. Take a deep breath in, and on your exhale, curl knee and elbow into each other. Inhale to reach, and exhale to squeeze it in. Inhale to reach, and exhale to squeeze it in. So we're going to go by time, and you're going to follow your own breath. We all march to the beat of our own drummer, and I want you to notice doing an exercise or a movement that we repeat. What's happening within the body? Can you curl into those abdominals a little bit more? Can you keep the head looking down and a tuck of the pelvis a little bit more? So it's less of that cat and cow. For our last 3, 2, and 1. Drop hand and knee down. We're going to do it on the other side. Right foot goes back. Left arm extends forward. Take a deep breath in, and on your exhale, curl it in. So we're working again with timing. And I like timing because you can listen to what's happening with the body rather than trying to fit X amount in here. Extend and pull it in. Draw the belly button into the spine, just repeating this action. We reach, we pull. We reach, we pull. Sometimes life can be that simplistic. It's us who makes it a little bit more challenging. For our last 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Press hips back to heels, circle out the wrists. Take a deep breath in and out. Inhale, press forward, tabletop position. Tuck those toes, press back, come into your downward facing dog. Take time here to really pedal through those legs. Maybe you try to create some figure 8s with the hips, letting them rock side to side, or even dropping to the heels on opposite sides, heels to the right, heels to the left. See if you can bend those elbows a little bit more towards the mat. It's a little power puppy position. It makes things a little bit more challenging, but it creates healthier form within our shoulders. Bend those knees a lot. Maybe try to lift the tailbone higher up to the sky. What happens in the body? Now you can open up those feet wider, right? Shake your head, yes. Yeah, I love when people agree. But I also like when people disagree too. Gives us more to talk about. Yeah, give yourself one more breath. Now bend those knees, look forward. You can walk, hop, or step your feet to the front of your mat. As we come into our forward fold, you might try to go right ahead into that ragdoll position, grabbing onto opposite elbows, gaze looking between the knees, or maybe you need a little bit more support, elbows to thighs. Rock the torso side to side. Maybe with control, bounce the body. And it's never forceful, it's just awareness of what we're doing. Take one more breath. And out. Inhale, bend those knees, and we're going to roll up to standing. As we do, circle, sweep those arms up to the sky. And exhale, hands are going to come to our heart space. Interlace those hands behind the back, hug those shoulder blades together, and let the chin lift up. See what that feels like. Maybe those hands come off of your glutes, or maybe they stay low to the back, and maybe you try between the two. Little baby back bend here. Your gaze can look from right to left a few times to see what's going on within the traps and the neck. Now come into center with the head. Drop your chin to your chest. Squeeze those arms a little bit more and maybe lift them up if you haven't. And then release those hands down. Inhale, arms come forward. And then bend those arms, pull them down. Inhale, arms come forward. And exhale, pull them down. Slowly start to sink down into our little squat position. We're going to have some movement at the beginning because movement is fun, right? Okay, so we are going to step over to the right. You're going to step maybe off the mat or to the side and then take your other foot for the ride, right? Now from here you have an option. You can just heel lift, or we'll do it for one more time. You could hop, right? Yeah. And then we step, step, heel lift or hop. Come down, we're going to step right, right, heel lift or hop, step left, left. Yeah. Step, step. So we can do this at the beginning of practice because if in a sweaty practice, it's still dry. And if you want to stay on your mat, you can. Or if you want to do those heel lifts, you can. Jumping is really good for the body, as long as you're safe. Yeah! And it doesn't have to be big in order for it to have a big impact on our body. Isn't this fun? When else do you just like jump? I went to the Ecotarium in Worcester on Saturday. And the best thing about having a 3-year-old is the fact I get to like re-experience being a kid from the eyes. We're gonna go one more time. Now stay low. Come into the center of your mat. Take a deep breath in and out. And then stand up tall. Notice the beating of your heart, right? Is it elevated? So see if you can control your breath. Deep breath in and out. One more deep breath in and out. Now on your next inhale, reach those arms up to the sky. Exhale, hands come to our heart space. I'll go with you for this. Shift the weight over to the right leg. Left leg steps back. Little half lunge-ish position. You're gonna take your arms, open them up. Now we're gonna shift forward, hands come to heart space. Right foot steps back, and we open it up. We come forward, left foot back, open it up. So right here, we're just working on mini little balances. If you find in chest openers that balance becomes creative, notice if you're on the same tightrope or if you're creating space. Now the next time that left foot is back, you're gonna sweep left arm up and over. We're gonna come back to center, hands to heart space, right foot, right arm. Inhale, back to center, left, back to center, and right. Back to center, and release. Inhale, arms sweep up. Exhale, hinge down through that center, find your forward fold. Bring your hands to your shins and find a halfway lift. And on your exhale, hands come down, step your feet to the back of your mat to come into your plank. So as we come into our plank, squeeze those quads. Find a lot of power right here. Hug those inner thighs in towards each other. Draw those elbows back slightly. So notice how we get some more opening, some deeper sense of opening within the chest. Squeeze the glutes a little bit more. Take a deep breath in. Option to knees or not. As you exhale, we're coming on down all the way. Can the chest hit before the belly? Release those legs down. Inhale, squeeze the quads and glutes. Head, shoulders lift up. Little baby cobra or whatever feels right. Exhale, release down. Inhale, press up, tabletop, flat back. Exhale, down dog. Take a deep breath in. And out. One more deep breath in. And out. Now on your next inhale, we're going to get those feet together at the back of your mat and sweep that right leg up to the sky. Good. Now on your exhale, we're going to step that foot towards the front of your mat. On your inhale, can you sweep the arms up as we come into crescent lunge? So as we come into crescent lunge, I want you to plug those feet down, stack that right knee on top of the ankle. Yeah. Beautiful. Take another deep breath in. And on your exhale, drop that right hand down. That left hand stretches up and over. On your inhale, open up T formation. And on your exhale, can we twist to the right? I don't know why. This looks like a Macy's ad. I feel like, just like this is me in 2D. Inhale, come on back to center. Reach those arms up. Now, on your exhale, we're going to add some movement. You're going to bring that left knee into the chest and either keep that knee bent or with awareness, kick that foot forward. On your inhale, bend the knee, step back, sweep those arms up. And exhale, step forward with awareness, kick. Inhale, step back. Arms sweep up, and exhale, knee forward, kick, yeah. Step back, inhale, sweep those arms up, and exhale, knee forward, kick. One more time, step it back, sweep those arms up, and then knee comes forward and kick. Now take that leg And we are going to kick it back into our warrior 3 or airplane. This will not be our only airplane of the day, so we fly it maybe lower to the ground. Yeah, from the back heel to the crown of the head, we create one line. I don't care about being parallel to the ground. What I care about is the form in which it feels right for you. Take one more deep breath in and out. Now we're going to get a little wild here. You're going to take that left hand, bring it forward. Your torso is going to come upright. Bend that left knee, and we're going to open up into our warrior 2. It's not that wild, but maybe it's dramatic. Now you know what is wild in my life. Going into warrior 2. Woo-woo. So let's start to bend those elbows and circle out the shoulders. But what I want from you is to stay solid in your warrior 2 base. So keep that deep bend. Maybe you alternate the circles. And what happens here is we're distracting you from what's happening base of the body, which sometimes distractions can be a negative thing, but sometimes they're really great. Especially long car rides, all of a sudden you realize you're where you wanted to be and you're like, whew, that wasn't so bad. So let's extend those arms forwards and backwards. We're gonna hip hinge into that right hip. Sink down a little bit lower into that right knee if you can. And on your inhale, keep low and reach that right arm up to the sky. It should feel a little bit different than our reversed warrior, just a little. Now, if you lost the luster within that right knee, sink deeper into it. Yeah. Now, on your inhale, let's come on back to our warrior 2. Let's lengthen that right leg and reach to the right, and then draw right hand down, left hand up. Trikonasana. So as we're in this Trikonasana, can you imagine that that left shoulder is leaning against the wall behind you? Which might mean that we have to come up higher or lower, and I'm not speaking to you, or maybe I am. I'm always like, oh, is it me? Maybe. Is it you? Press into the feet. Notice if you're locking that front leg, that right leg. Good. Now press into your feet. On your inhale, that torso is going to come upright. Now, as it comes upright, we are going to do an unsupported Ardha Chandrasana, or unsupported half moon. Can you bring your right hand to the right thigh? Just to see what it feels like. Bend into that right knee, and then start to take flight within that left leg. Now, you always have the option to find a different position, but sometimes support isn't always a physical thing. Take one more deep breath in and out. Now, can you soften that right knee and softly plant that left foot to the back of your mat? Straighten the right leg and dial the toes to the left. So from here, I'll get to the front. We're going to inhale those arms up. Now on your exhale, press into that right heel and open up into warrior 2 back to the front. Easy peasy. Inhale back to center. Align the toes. Now we're going to face backwards. Exhale, that left toe opens up. Inhale, come on up. And exhale to open. Good. Inhale, open up. And exhale. Yeah, one more time. Inhale, open up. Each side. And exhale, because we have to have even sides. Inhale, open up. And exhale. Now inhale, open up. Keep those toes facing towards that left side. Exhale, hinge forward. Either swan dive or rolling down. Take a deep breath in, and maybe you want to do some lunges, or maybe you want to try something different. Maybe you want to shift from toes to heels a bunch of times. And again, this isn't a library. And I invite any of our home viewers, you know, if you're there, you know, notice what it feels like and see if you can get that energy from the class inside of your space. Give yourself one more deep, luxurious breath. All right, my friends, bend those knees, and we're gonna roll up to standing. As we roll up to standing, take your right toes, dial them forward. Take your left toes, let them follow along. Sweep those arms up to the sky. Now on your exhale, we're gonna wash our body in chi. So those hands come down, face, chest, roll forward, drop your hands down, step back into your plank. So in this plank, you have two different options, okay? This plank, you could drop right knee down, straighten it, left knee down and straighten it, or what we did last time, which was we took that right knee, brought it to the wrist, and then lifted it up higher and stepped it back. And then left knee goes to the left wrist, lift it up, and step it back. We're gonna go for 30 seconds, starting now. I'm gonna tell you that knee lift position is really great for hugging those internal muscles that squeeze around the back, because that movement of the hip is what creates that strength. So it can feel really awkward to do that, and sometimes awkward is awesome. You have 15 seconds more, and you can do whatever feels right for you. You can change your mind and do something different, or even do static position. Here we go for our last 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Coming into our plank, knees are not. Inhale, exhale, high plank to low plank, halfway down or all the way down. Inhale to your upward facing dog or cobra. And then exhale to your down dog, through tabletop or not. If you want to find child's pose, you can. Just like always, you don't need me to give you permission. Although sometimes we do. We're going to take 4 breaths. Three more breaths. Two more. And last one. Let's come on up into down dog. We'll meet there. Feet together at the back of your mat. On your inhale, sweep that left leg up to the sky. And on your exhale, step that foot towards the front of your mat. The inhale is going to sweep the torso upright. The exhale is going to bring that left hand down, right hand stretches up and over. Inhale, come on up, T. Exhale, twist to the left. Inhale, come on back to center. And then exhale, release those hands down. Roll those shoulders down and back. Okay? So we're going to get into that knee kick position next. Are you ready for magic? Sure. Okay, inhale, let those arms reach up. Exhale, knee into chest, kick forward or not. Inhale, step back, sweep those arms up. And exhale, knee forward and kick it. Yeah. Inhale, stretch back, arms up. Exhale, knee forward, kick. Inhale, step back, sweep up. And exhale, knee forward, kick one more time, step it back, sweep it up. Exhale, knee forward, kick. Good, now step it back, hold for a second. Oh no, yeah, warrior three. You're right, warrior three. I was gonna plant your foot down. Thank you. I get by with a little help from my friends. Okay, so take that right arm, stretch it forward. We're gonna stand up tall, remember, we're gonna get wild. Lift the knee into chest, externally open it, step back into our warrior two. I feel like it's so fun to move slowly. It's so hard, but it's fun, you know? I feel like a Jedi or I'm in the Matrix. You're like, this is how they move too, right? No, it's called CGI. It's all good. All right, so bend those elbows, circle out those shoulders. Okay, as you're moving, what's happened in the lower half of our body? Is that knee stacked over the ankle? The answer could be no, and that's okay. When you're ready, let's extend those arms forwards, backwards. Now, hip hinge into that left hip. Reach as far as you can. And then slowly start to spiral that left arm up to the sky. Good. Deeper bend within that left knee. See if you lost it. Some of that luster. Beautiful. Now on your inhale, let's come on back to our warrior two. Straighten that front leg. Good. Now we're going to find our trikonasana. So squeeze into that left hip. Feel that peeling open within that right. Left hand down, right hand up. You know, it doesn't matter where you are in this position. As long as you're protecting your body and you're being safe. Check, check. Okay, great. Relax the jaw. Can you root down into your feet? And on your inhale, torso comes up, right? Now, our unsupported Ardha Chandrasana. Bring that left hand down to the left thigh. Start to bring that weight to hover over that left leg as you start to lift that right leg up. See what happens. Now, the form is going to be really quite different unless you practice this variation a lot. But we don't learn the path until we walk down it. So maybe we have to do the things that might be slightly off in order for us to feel on. Now bend that left knee quite a bit, and can you softly plant that right foot to the back of your mat? Let those left toes follow suit and reach the arms up to the sky. Inhale, and on your exhale, open back up into the warrior two to the left. Inhale up, and exhale, warrior two to the right. Move those toes so that we can follow along. Those knees are staying safe. So we're working on just those internal and external, or I would say neutral hips to external rotation, if you're a body geek like me. Inhale up, and exhale one more time just to the right so we can have even sides. Oops, coming up. I forgot I'm not mirroring you. Inhale, arms up, and on your exhale, hinge forward. Find that wide-legged forward fold. If you want to do any kind of side-to-side action or any other movements that feel right for you, this is a beautiful time to put those in. Listen to the chorus of your own body, the breath. And maybe you create that little hint of an ujjayi breath, that oceanic breath, that little bit of compression, that tightness in the back of the throat to help create this resonance of sound. And one more breath. Now, bend those knees a little bit on your inhale, and on your exhale, let's roll up to standing. You might have to toe, heel, feet together. We're going to let the left toe face forward, and then let the right do the same. Sweep those arms up to the sky, all toes facing forward. Exhale, wash the body in chi. Head, neck. When it gets to the chest, fold forward. Hands to the front of the mat, step your feet back, plank. Take a deep breath in and out. Shift forward, inhale, exhale, high plank, low plank, halfway down, all the way, either. Inhale, up dog, cobra. Press that chest forward, make sure no compression on the lower back. And on your exhale, press those hips back and come into your down dog. Inhale, bend those knees and walk, hop, or step your feet to the front of your mat as you exhale. Let the arms hang heavy, let that lower back release. You can rock it side to side. We have one more kind of fun, short little flow that we'll work with. So from here, can we bend our knees, and on the inhale, roll up to standing. Sweep those arms up. And exhale, hands come to the heart space. Now we're going to shift the weight to our right leg. The left leg is going to either step back, the left hand comes down, and it doesn't have to touch, it's just coming down. Or you can have that left leg lifted. Then we're going to squeeze and stand up tall. And we're going to switch side to side. So now from here, left foot plants in, right foot either taps back, right hand comes down, or that foot is lifted. Press into that left heel, squeeze your glutes, and stand up tall. This is us, fundamentally, left foot back, left hand down. Draw those abs in. Stand up tall on your exhale. Right foot, right hand. And exhale to stand up tall. And I want you to use the best of your imagination and your body awareness to bring as much energy into this as you can. We're going to alternate side to side for 15 more seconds. This is, in the fitness world, this is like a deadlift. So it's a back-centric hamstring and glute exercise. Fundamentally, we pick things up off the ground. We pick them up, we put them down, and a lot of times that's when we hurt ourselves because we go off of awareness, we go off of mindfulness. So the next time, with absolutely no rush, that left foot and left hand are down. I want you to lift that left leg up and let those arms sweep back. Remember I said we'd come back into warrior 3 or airplane? Here it is. Now draw those abs in. This is unsupported forward fold. How do we prepare our body to protect it? Now, can you bend that right knee and see what happens? And then lengthen it. And then bend and lengthen it. 3 more times. We bend and we lengthen. 2 more times. We bend and we lengthen. Last time, it could be a baby bend, and we lengthen. Take the knee into the chest. If you need to drop down, you do it. Right hand goes to the left thigh. We twist open to the left side. I'm asking for a lot in that right ankle, I know. I'm with you. Slowly come back to center. Give one squeeze of that knee into the chest, and then release. Circle out that right ankle, right? So sometimes those uncomfortable places are that opportunity for us to grow. So we're gonna start right foot going back. We tap down, tap back, right hand, and then we bring it forward. And we're gonna go back into that movement. Now, I'm gonna tell you something. The lower you can bring the hand down to the ground, the more you're gonna get of the glutes and the hamstring, right? Can you feel that as soon as you go down an extra inch? If you want a block or a water bottle, it's a good kind of, do you feel that? Okay, good. Sometimes I'm like, Bueller, what's going on? So we're gonna go for 5 more seconds, that's it. I am a bad tuchus. Maybe we turn the word from surrender. Now the next time that right foot is back and the right hand is down, you can then open up those arms as we find our warrior 3 or airplane in this position. Now we're gonna do 5 of those knee bends. So see if you can press those hips back as you bend into that left knee, and then we straighten. And then we bend, and then we straighten. And then we bend. Single leg squats, deadlifts, this is pretty awesome. Straighten 2 more times. We bend, and it doesn't have to be extreme. We straighten. Last time, we bend, and we straighten. You should feel that in your glute as well. Take that right knee into the chest. Left hand grabs onto it. Reach back with that right hand like you're in the weirdest relay race of your life. We're going. Inhale, come on back to center. Squeeze into that right knee. And then slow motion release. Circle it out. Yay! You did it. It's always the little things that you're like, wait, why? Inhale, reach those arms up to the sky. Exhale, hinge through the center, find that forward fold. Slide your hands to your shins, come into a halfway lift, and on your exhale, release down. Bring those elbows to the thighs, feet about hips distance apart, and on your inhale, can you spiral the right arm up to the sky? Find a twist. So we've done a lot of back bending type of things. Twists are beautiful counterpose to any kind of back bend. Take 1 more breath, and on your exhale, release it down. Bring that right elbow to plant down, bend those knees a lot more, and on your exhale, let that left arm reach up towards the ceiling as we twist. Take 1 more breath. And on your exhale, release down. Hands to the ground whenever you're ready. And step your feet to the back of your mat, coming into your plank. This is the last of our modified push-ups or crazy push-ups, which is part of the vinyasa flow, optional. Shift forward, inhale, exhale, high plank, low plank. Shoulders stay above those elbows as you inhale. Press your chest forward, upward facing dog or cobra. We exhale to our downward facing dog. So we're gonna come into pigeon next. And we've been working on that like evolution of pigeon. If you'd like to do it from your back, feel free to do that. You can get your feet together at the back of your mat, and on your inhale, sweep that right leg up to the sky. And on your exhale, let's bring that right knee to the wrist and the right foot goes over to the left side of your mat in any kind of variation. Once you have that left leg down, can you pull it back? Pull it back. So tuck those toes, pull back, pull back, pull back, create space. Now, a lot of the things I've been working with for myself, you can just plop on down if you want, but I like doing what's called, they call it a swan bow in tri yoga, and that's with Kaliji Ray. It's a really beautiful, rhythmic, kind of rolling action that she does in her practice. So on your inhale, you lower down, and on your exhale, you tuck that chin, and you come on up. And on your inhale, you roll down. And exhale, you're rolling up. And now the last time, as you roll forward, you might release all the way down. You know, it's just these options. Yeah, so how does this feel for you? Does it feel okay? It does, okay. So you can always do it on your back too, like the way Amy is, just without the support under the back. But this, what you're doing is perfect, but this is the same thing. Okay. And that can be a really nice place to go, just if there's any kind of tenderness. And this one, I personally do this more than I do on my, yeah. And then I like to grab onto my right knee and my foot, and then I just rock a little bit side to side here. Does this feel a little bit better? Yeah. And sometimes feeling better is what we're going for. I'm trying to eliminate the crazy, not to add more in. And there's no performance. Yeah. And this is a good one, first thing in the morning, to do this a couple times when you're still in bed. Then you get out of bed and it feels better. I need to take that advice. You're welcome. So just give yourself maybe 3 more breaths. Again, noticing the places that feel a little tighter, that feel tender, movement shifting. Now, how does our body react? How is it that we digest these positions? What happened to the breath? I hear someone breathing. I like it. And then as you're ready, if you are on your belly, pressing those hands into the ground, tucking the left toes, and maybe pressing back either tabletop or down dog. If you're on your back, just release that right leg down, and you can cross the left ankle on top of the right thigh to do the other side. Once we find ourselves in down dog, if you're doing it facing the ground, that left leg reaches up, knee comes forward, drop shin down on the ground. Now again, if you want to do those swan bows, could call it a pigeon bow. Swan sounds a lot flourishy. It would be that roll down on the inhale, and the exhale, you would lift up. And sometimes this feels less than elegant. But that's how we work towards fluidity within our spine. Now the next time you roll that chest forward, maybe you plant it down, or maybe you continue to roll. Again, there's no right or wrong. As long as we're not harming ourselves. Notice all of those sensations, those places that feel really tender. What resistance do we face? Both internally and those external forces that can have a deep, profound internal resonance. And maybe we distract ourselves for a moment and we think about maybe where we've come within this posture. Finding reasons to be our own cheerleader. Give yourself one more serving of breath. And we'll press into our hands, and you can roll that torso up if you are down on your belly, and you can tuck those right toes. Press yourself into your down dog. If you are on your back, you can stay there because we'll be meeting on our back. So for my friends here in the studio, you can drop those knees down, and we're gonna face to the back of the studio. We're gonna first do a twist, so come up to seated, and you're gonna take your right foot and cross it over the left with that left leg extended. We're just gonna do one twist first. The left hand grabs onto that right leg, and we're gonna twist to the right. So Miss Ernestina, twist to that knee. So twist to the mirrors. So grab on with your other hand. No, you're perfect. Okay, or do that. Yeah, you can do that. Now twist this way. Yeah. You were perfect. And you were all born that way. Inhale, come on back to center. Extend that bent knee. We'll switch to the other side. So that other leg is going to come up and over. You're going to use that right hand, grab onto the leg, twist to the left. Press your chest up, take a deep breath in and out. One more deep breath in and out. Inhale, let's come back up to center. We're gonna do one core exercise to end our practice. Look at me for one hot second, just because I explained it yesterday and I had very creative results when I looked around. So I was like, all right, let's visual for 1 second. So you're gonna have an external rotation. So heels together, toes are open. Notice that's like the theme of the day today. You're gonna bring your hands to the back of the head. Now your legs could be up, they could be forward, they could be down, whatever feels right for you, your back, your hips, and your body. You're gonna take a deep breath in here. And on your exhale, knees come in, head, shoulders are gonna lift, and your gaze is gonna go between those legs as much as possible. Inhale to extend, and exhale to curl it in. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy, nothing to it. It's just that breezy. That's a Kat Sawalski original. Okay, legs up, heels together. It's probably not. Hands behind the back of the head. Inhale, exhale, bring those knees in, curl up into it. Inhale to extend, and exhale to curl in. Inhale to extend, and exhale to curl in. Inhale to extend, and exhale to curl in. You're off on your own for the next 30 seconds. So these Frogger curl crunches, I'm going to tell you, one of the hardest things to do is to keep those heels connected, right? They just kind of want to do their own thing. But that kind of awareness is going to help. We're creating strength within the hip flexors. We're creating a different muscle pattern, which creates strength within our body. And all you have are 10 seconds. That's it. At the beginning, it feels quite like nothing. Then it starts to build for 3, 2, and 1. Hug those knees into the chest. Slowly, we're going to bend those knees and let those knees start to drop open towards the right side. See, I kept my promise there, just one set. We did a lot of other things. Those little kind of mountain climbers with the knee lift. Really good for supporting the lower back. Those Froggers. Really good for finding a different muscle pattern. And we surprise ourselves with our own strength. And that's a beautiful thing. So, just letting the body dissolve. And when you're ready, lifting up one knee, lifting up the other, and finding your twist on the opposite side. Just letting the body find whatever is needed at this moment. Jaw softens. And letting those knees lift up one at a time or both together, squeezing them into the chest. And when you're ready, taking your time and finding your way through to your Shavasana. And as you settle yourself down into stillness, just let go of anything that felt tight. In the willingness to feel, there is healing. In the choice not to closet, cast aside, or deny experience, energy is freed. And I dive deeper into life. There may be a maturity in choosing not to act, but there are no rewards for suppression or for denial. To be fully alive is saying yes to the wide array of human feelings. When I soften, release, and breathe, I discover I am more than what I think, feel, reason, or believe. Willingness by Donna Falls. Take a deep breath in and just let it go. And start to breathe deeply as you let the body move any way that feels comfortable. Or you can stay just as you are if you choose. Maybe you want to rock over to one side or the other. And just gently press yourself up into a seated position, or maybe you stay in fetal position for the end. Wherever you are, just find yourself grounded, hands to heart space, hands on the knees. I want you to gently lift your chin and to feel the heart space open. May we feel ready to receiving the good energy of the world, to receive life as it comes to us, the whole array of emotions and sensations. Let us be witness to them all. Thank you so much for joining me here tonight, for showing up as you are and being exactly who you are. All that I am bows so deeply to all that is within you. Namaste.